sure. Okay, so what else about omega-3s and omega-6s? I mean, fish once a week will do the trick. You know, if you know somebody who hunts, like I know like Kinner hunts and Brian hunts and Jacob hunts. I don't know how they feel about throwing a steak your way from time to time, but that's like if you could get once a week on that, that's another way you could go about it too. So, or those like we talked about, Kansas salmon, Kansas tuna.
Bison, really, like a pound of bison isn't much more than a pound of beef.
Yeah.
And it's much better for you. I mean, you could get a pound of bison, grass-fed bison at a Safeway for $4.
Exactly, yeah. And you should go ahead and look for like the grass-fed because they're actually starting to do that beefalo, where now like they're feeding that corn too, and so it's nice. Yeah, I know.
If they're actually buffalo, if they're actually
but
bison,
if it actually says, like,
then they're grass-fed
because
they can't domesticate
they can't really
bison.
They can't pen them well, and so they have to shoot them, and that really is a good sign.
But if they breed them with cattle and it's beefalo,
really
you haven't got anything.
For sure. Yeah. Okay, good. So,
should we do another question?
Hey, and while I'm on it, since we've got the drawing up here anyway, some of you guys this will matter to, and some won't maybe, but there's actually two different kinds of double bonds that can occur in an unsaturated fat. And one of them is a cis double bond, meaning that the hydrogens are both on the same side of the bond, versus a trans one, where they're on the opposite side. And so you hear all the news about trans fatty acids. That's what those are. And trans fatty acids are made as part of the, they come about when products are highly processed, when they're hydrogenated. And so anything like margarine, those kind of, they used to be all the rage. Like when I was in my teens, everyone was switching from butter to margarine. And the problem with those is that you do get the trans double bonds. And so they found that those are actually more highly implicated in cardiovascular disease than butter. So you might as well just eat, well, I've always kind of just stuck with butter, but you know, it's a hard decision, isn't it? Because I mean, the things in the grocery store sometimes that say these are better for you, they may be just lower in fat. So my general rule of thumb is eat close to the source. So, you know, eat the things that you know where they came from. You can look at them and you can say, you know, that apple was picked off of a tree, you know, and I know that's where it came from, or something like that, as opposed to the highly processed. Got it. Okay, so that covers omega-3s and possible places to get them. And then I guess I always talk to you guys about iron, but I think it's never hurts to mention that the best source of iron is from hemoglobin. So you get hemoglobin from red meat. Drinking blood, right?
Yes, vampires.
Becoming a vampire. I highly recommend it. I still maintain that Spike was freaking sexy. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Did you think I'm too young? I like the whole Angel. Yeah, I mean, really, red meat is the best source of iron.
What else is
Apples.
But if you're a vegetarian, you know, you don't take in a lot of red meat, you can get iron in your oatmeal. You can get it in your really dark green leafy vegetables like spinach, like bok choy. Yeah, you need to cook the spinach. Plus, what can you drink with your iron to help your body take it up better?
Orange juice.
well water?
And not milk.
It might, that might actually. Yeah. Yeah. I know that a little vitamin C enhances it.
Citric acid.
So.
Is red meat the only meat?
Oysters.
No, I mean there are. I mean,
Actually,
probably
probably.
all meat is going to have hemoglobin, but red meat has more, and in fact, I should say myoglobin in the meat itself to be more accurate. But in any case, it's got the heme porphyrin, right, which is basically a large planar molecule with like lots of rings in it. And I don't have this entire structure memorized, but you've got like these large ring structures. They're called, it's like a tetrapyral ring, where it's like these large planar ring structures, and then iron's in the middle. And that whole molecule is much more readily absorbable than just taking iron in a pill. Like if you just take it, and you can do that, like the slow release iron. If you're really feeling anemic, slow release iron is the only way to go because you've got to like up your amount right away. But in your diet, if you can maintain enough hemoglobin. Oh, real quick, so by the way, what kind of meat has the most myoglobin? Okay, well, probably so because it's probably actually moving. So, what kind of meat? Let's do it this way. What type of your muscle tissues have the most myoglobin? Legs? Sure. Okay. Yeah. But in terms of like your muscle, is it the muscle that runs long, slow distance, or is it the muscle that runs super fast? Yeah, long, slow distance. So, dark meat has more myoglobin. So, like on your chicken, your dark meat has more myoglobin than your white meat does. So you're going to get more iron. Yeah, and that's because mitochondria, which are like powerhouses of the cell, they're more highly concentrated in your slow twitch muscles because they're aerobic. So they're actually getting oxygen to them, and that's, when you're exercising LSD kind of levels, zone 1, through that aerobic, up to the aerobic threshold, you're going to be utilizing aerobic respiration more, right? And that's where you're going to find the aerobic, transfer of oxygen to your muscle tissues. Okay, good. You don't need to know about all of that.
Should we do
Any
another question?
other questions on iron? Where to get it? How to know when you don't have enough? How do we know when we don't have enough iron?
Feeling lethargic.
Exceedingly lethargic.
You sleep a lot, or sometimes you can't sleep at all.
Exactly.
You're sleepy all the time and you can't sleep.
For
That's
me,
a good one.
like I fell asleep in my breakfast when I was really anemic. Like literally, I would get up, go to the breakfast table, and I actually nodded off with my face in my breakfast. So like that's how tired.
That's extreme, but
That was pretty extreme.
But for me, I'd like go to bed at 10 and wake up at 2 in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep to save my life, even though I was so exhausted.
that's
I was
me
like
too.
on the verge of tears. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, really emotional.
It was
really
horrible.
emotional. You can't pay attention in class. You might even.
It's all about me.
Junior thinks he's anemic.
Yeah, exactly. Those are all things that can be symptoms. In fact, I had a young lady, it was one of my students, come to me crying the other day. In fact, I had 3 students come to me crying the other day. But one of them, I was like, I think you're anemic, because she just said, I can't pay attention in class, I can't sleep, I'm miserable, and I don't want to go to student health because they'll quarantine me. So, we hopefully got her taken care of. Please do come to us if you're feeling like that and you don't know what's going on, if you've got some problems. We can help you find the best iron supplement to take and give you some suggestions and such. So, we're not always able to fix all the problems, but we do have a lot of experiential knowledge, and such other kinds of knowledge.